Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode with iTrack. Big shout out to all the iTrack fan, man, that's been tapping in and all the new subscribers. If this is your first time here, what we like to do is take a look at the most interesting and creepy TikToks and kind of evaluate for ourselves whether these are fact or fiction. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button for me if you're not already a part of the iTrack fam. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it.
Earthquake not in movies because he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him.
That lovely.
If you sign up for their program, you get a light skin, weird face wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just caught a stray.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0. So why is he allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all. As a journalist. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I don't harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted.
Cat wasn't about to let that interview finish without letting Big Perm have it. I mean, his resume definitely speaks for itself.
A celebrity witch very confidently came out and said that she knows that Beyonce is a witch, and she explains why Beyonce wears the stuff she wears and that she probably has an altar.
Do you consider yourself a witch?
Oh, I am a witch, but I don't do classes for everybody.
Should I be scared?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know, because you know they tell me Beyonce's a witch and shit like that. That we should be scared. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. She's an Ifa. So when she wears her yellow, that's Oshun.
Oh.
Riches and beauty and love and all of that, which I can see why she's connected to Oshun. But yeah, so it's another kind of tradition.
Okay.
Like a lot of people would think it's voodoo, but it's really Ifa. So it's it's like a lifestyle as opposed to religion. You know?
Cause I always wonder why she always got on them flowers and she got on that elaborate shit. I'm like, can nobody buy your clothes? Your clothes look different.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
She probably gives her, so she has her own altar. She gives her food. She has parties for her. All of that. Just like Summer Walker.
2024, man. The cat's out of the bag and the skeletons have jumped out of the closet. Stay tuned.
Everyone's talking about the earthquakes in Japan, but take a look at this. This is the last 48 hours, all the seismic waves on this earth. Why is no one talking about this? Here's some videos from Japan and the earthquakes that hit on January 1st, 2024. This is the end times that we're living in right now. This is one of the greatest moments to be alive. A new island's coming up after a volcano. It's absolutely insane. And let's not forget to mention that the weather is completely different all over the United States right now. Once again, look at what's going on. Nobody's going to talk about this. I want you guys to open up your eyes and open up your heart. And this is not a scare tactic. This is showing you what's going on right now. And I'm crying out from the rooftops, believe in Jesus. He is the only way. He can set you free, and do not have fear. Fear does not come from God. Only fear the Lord.
They definitely are not showing this in any kind of mainstream media, mainstream news, none of that. So this is interesting because this is all over the globe. This is happening.
Do you really think that aliens are gonna try to destroy the Earth when we have what they need?
That's true.
The only reason why they try to attack us is if we were at war with them. We're not at war with them. We're not.
Right.
We have wood. They want wood. They don't have wood.
Yeah. So they need us to survive.
Yeah, they need us. They need us. We
And Earth.
help them too. Aliens need us. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, they are very, very real. If you don't believe in aliens, what are you then? What are
alien.
you? What are you?
I'm an alien.
Everyone is. It's normal. It's normal to be an alien. We're not the only ones who have life on a planet. Do you know out of the trillions of infinite amount of planets, you know how big space really is? Because it's always been growing, and it has been growing since the very beginning, but there was no beginning because the beginning was always there, and there will be no end because the end wasn't always there. And
How
it
do
won't
you know
always
all
be there.
this?
Feels natural.
Where does it come from?
Probably aliens. Or whatever
So
technologies.
your downloads that you feel that they're coming from the aliens or yourself?
I'm sure it's from the aliens.
Yeah.
Or maybe past lives, who knows?
Yeah. That's amazing that
Yeah.
you just know all this stuff. And
now
I
you know.
believe it. And so now we know.
Now you know!
Oh yeah, he's back on that Jimmy Neutron. But let me tell you something. He's definitely more mature than the average person his age. I don't know his age, but he's definitely younger than somebody that should be speaking on topics like that and with that kind of understanding. So you can say he knows more than the average person, or maybe his understanding of what's going on is a bit deeper. His mind is a bit more open to what possibilities might be out there. So hey, maybe I put the link down in the description and you check him out for yourself.
Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress.
Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no.
You or is this?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? And then he was trying to warn me, don't get in the dress. So the awakened Brandon, you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get in the dress.
Message. Yeah.
For me, I can only speak for my journey. Once I put the dress on and I had that fire was put out.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
And I only did it one time. So imagine doing it 3 times, 4 times. But then Tyler Perry did it, he got stronger. I don't know the rules. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened to me. I'm not here to knock another brother because that's their path.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't do is knock my brothers. Because that's their path. But I'm saying my path, when I put on a dress, it came with a demon baby mama and a starter kit for hell. That's what happened to me. You haven't seen me since, to be honest. But then I feel stronger though.
Would you warn other stand-up comedians about the dress?
Yeah, I had an interview too where I would do it.
Hey, so Cat Williams got those receipts. He got the proof. He was trying to save people before it was too late. Now, for Brandon T. Jackson to come out and say it like that, man, what more do you need?
BY is real. No music on this one. It's serious. This right here is Myles Garrett. But what if I told you it's really Kobe Bryant? Would you believe me? Of course you wouldn't. But what if I could show you better than I can tell you? When I did part 1, I showed you how they numerically scripted his alleged death. In part 2, I showed you who his new character was, Myles Garrett. In part 3, I showed you how this man was dribbling before the snap of the ball. But here we are at part 4, where a picture was just posted and taken. That is a complete slap in the face to everybody that is a fan of this guy on the right-hand side of the screen. But we just gonna get into it because it's long overdue. You want to see the picture? Let's get into the picture. Does anybody want to tell me why he is wearing this hat right here? Ain't that a get the fuck out of here. I told you though. I told you. What was all that? What was all that? Y'all was saying on TikTok? Man, he on crack. He on drugs. Shut the fuck up. You mean to tell me you can sit right here and act like you don't know what's going on? Why would he wear that hat? Of all the hats can pick, guess what hat he picks to wear? Get the fuck out. All my people who understand gematria, please explain this part to the ones who don't know. Myles Garrett's Instagram name is Flash Garrett, and it numerically aligns with the name Kobe Bean Bryant. Look at the 135 and look at the 54. There are no coincidences in gematria. There are no coincidences in this matrix when they numerically align. When you do a numerical breakdown, you got to break down the whole picture. Look at what it says. It says jobs not finished. Jobs not finished equals 169, 236, and 83. Guess what else equals that? Cleveland Browns. Look at your man looking at y'all. Kobe, 24. Job's not finished. Let's use some common sense. He's saying his job's not finished. He's still out here playing games, obviously. In this picture is coded. Look at the bandage on his hand, all right? It reads Juanita. Juanita equals 113 in gematria. Kobe Bryant equals 113 in gematria. So Juanita is code for Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was also picked first round, 13th overall. That's Kobe's number, 113. The best way to hide something from somebody is to put it in plain sight. I mean, Kobe Bryant's nickname was the Black Mamba, and here you got Myles Garrett holding the snake. I mean, how obvious does it have to be? These jersey exchanges are rituals, whether y'all know it or not. It's not some little friendly thing that they do. They do it ritualistically. As you can see, Kobe Bryant equals 58, and he's holding a number 58 jersey. Go figure. 3 years prior to the alleged death of Kobe, this cartoon came out about him actually being in a helicopter and it crashing. All right. Celebs be knowing, and it's called predictive programming. So they know they're not going to die. Remember, this is a stage play. It's an act. If y'all remember the short commercial that he did with Kanye West, where Kanye hops onto a helicopter, Kobe throws the ticking time bomb basketball at the helicopter at Kanye, and then it explodes. I mean, come on, man. All predictive programming. I love it when they hop in the comments and try to make sense of it. Like, man, Myles Garrett, he way bigger than Kobe Bryant. What are you talking about? Kobe Bryant, 44 years old. Yeah, it's stupid. This is called body silicone. What he is wearing is a bodysuit. Look at his arms. His arms look dumb as shit. But y'all sit here and try to make sense of it. It's body silicone. Have you not seen Big Mama's House? Have you not seen White Chicks? Have you not seen Mrs. Doubtfire? They've shown you in your face how they do it. Facially scanned masks and bodysuits. At this point, if you don't get what I'm trying to show you, it's because you don't want to see it. This man did a whole picture showing you who he is. I'm saying from top to bottom. He said, man, I put this cap on and continue to cap about who I really am. It said Kobe, 24, job's not finished. Juanita, code name for, Kobe. They still don't see it. He making fun of y'all. He making fun of the non-believers. He ain't making fun of me, though, because I know exactly who the hell he is. But for the people that see what I'm showing them, I appreciate you. And if you don't see it, continue to stay stuck in the matrix. My name is B.Y. Israel, where I don't do conspiracies. I do relax information. And as always,
men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Wow. I'm going to need the iTrack fan to tap in and let me know, is he reaching or is this the fact? I mean, I know gematria, people love to include that in some of their factual content, but that's deep. I had no clue about that guy. I had no clue. Wow. Let me know what you think in the comments.
People don't even know this. They contact to speak to the black pope. Not a black man, but a black pope. He wears the black garment. He's called a super Jesuit with a sworn oath, a very special sworn oath that I've posted online many times. Maybe if we have time, another time we can read the entire oath that they have to read. It's pretty dark. It's a pretty dark oath, and it comes directly from their information, so it's not fabricated or somebody made it up online. And what's interesting is the governments of the world, the superpowers of the world, they contact and get approval for the war from the super Jesuit Black Pope. Now think about that kind of power. Think about that level of power. People don't even know a Black Pope exists. They don't even know what a Black Pope is, but when you start looking it up and then research the oath that's taken, it is so dark, it'll make you feel sick on the inside. That's how dark it is. I mean, even the governments of the world contact the Vatican before they go to war. A lot of people don't even know this.
Yeah, Billy Carson's been on the front line for many, many, many years. But yet he has mixed reviews. Some people can't stand him. Some people don't believe him. I definitely think there's something to it. There's something to it. He's speaking on some of the things he's seen. He's actually went to some of these pyramids. So yeah, definitely an interesting guy to listen to for sure.
I never watch what somebody else does. It does not matter. Bernie Mac got to do a thing.
So what did you think? What was your ultimate goal? What did you want to do?
To be the best.
A group of Hollywood stars and influencers joined forces to expose a sinister secret lurking in the shadows of the financial world: the investment in these same private prisons. As part of the Real Money Moves initiative, these celebrities aim to shed light on the alarming fact that some of the most prominent companies in America were channeling funds into a system that profits from mass incarceration and family detention centers, causing anguish and suffering to countless immigrant families. While the world applauded the stars for their activism, some couldn't help but wonder if there was more to the story. Was this crusade against prison investments fueled by a deeper knowledge of the eerie ties between Hollywood's elite and the dark machinery of the prison industrial complex? And as the spotlight shifted, so did the whispers. With Bernie Mac's legacy looming large, tongues wagged about whether he had been trying to shield young stars from something ominous before his untimely exit.
Don't rush off to LA, he said. Conquer your city first, then come to LA, because a lot of cats come out to LA too soon, and some of them end up broke us. You know, I was like, broke or sucker. I'm like, it ain't no other in between, like brokers selling cars.
Bernie did an interview with GQ magazine and accused Steve of being jealous of him and trying to steal multiple movie roles from him, including Ocean's 11. According to the GQ article, someone from Steve's team called the Ocean's 11 director, Steven Soderbergh, and tried to push for Steve to get the part over Bernie. When asked how he felt when he learned about this, Bernie told GQ, "The Hollywood game that we're in, it's a whole game." Bernie then went on to say something very interesting about how celebrities in Hollywood are controlled, and he explained why he didn't want to stoop to that level and retaliate. The sad thing about it is, all of us are doing well, so I don't really see the problem. It did bother me because I see the big picture, Bernie said. When they told me about it, what could I do? I'm not gonna sling mud. I'm not a rapper. I tell jokes. I try to make people laugh. I'm not gonna sling mud. Steve and anybody else can say whatever they want to say. Ain't nobody got no control over me. I have the control.
You feel that the beef between Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey was because Steve Harvey was getting a lot of network love during the time and Bernie Mac not so much?
Yeah, and then Bernie started to get it. Focus on being the best within yourself. All that stuff will come. Right. I hear people say, get your money on, get your money on. I hate that. And that's your motivation.
That's when I went to New York and signed the contract for syndicated radio. That just gave me a little bit of money. I wasn't making what I make now. I make like 10 mil a year off radio. And that kept me at least be able to survive.
Is it true that Steve and Bernie butted heads?
Yeah. I mean, you know, they were the kind of guys that they both alpha males, you know, like they both, you know, they just saw it different.
Is that one of the reasons why you didn't do? You did the first part, the second part.
I think, of course, that was, definitely a contributing circumstance.
Fans are now saying this all comes down to Steve feeling threatened by Bernie because he wanted to be the main comedian, but he just wasn't in Bernie's league.
So wait a minute, if it did take back off, who would have had the most to lose if the Kings of Comedy went back on the road? it wasn't going to be Bernie.
And then some fans are even accusing Steve of sacrificing Bernie for fame.
So now I know the real Bernie Mac stories, and I know that the people that made money off Bernie Mac didn't like him. They hated his guts.
In regression, it normally doesn't come back. And for some reason, his came back and it was like super, super aggressive. To the point where it put him in the hospital and gave him a heart attack twice. Now, where I think he got taken out, this is just my theory, was not into the sickness. I think they used the sickness in the hospital to end it. That's where my conspiracy lies. It's not in him getting sick. It's him having the illness and putting forth something else to make it escalate since his immune system was weak.
Bernie realized just how two-faced people can be when they're desperate for fame and success, and he decided to distance himself from Hollywood. There wasn't anything for me out there, Bernie told GQ. And referring to his wife and daughter, he added, I had the best right here at home.
I always thought it was kind of weird when I first saw the Kings of Comedy. I'm going to tell you right now, I was naturally gravitating towards Bernie right off the top. Like, it wasn't even, I never find D.L. Hewley funny. Never did. He was never funny to me. Cedric was okay. Bernie was the man. And sorry to tell you, Steve Harvey was never funny to me. Like, I mean, never, ever funny.
Used to be, if you put $15 in your tank, you had time to bond with your vehicle. You had time to put the nozzle in and set the clicker and look through your car and clean off the dashboard and look through your CDs and run in the store and get some Pringles and a Snapper and it'll still be pumping. Now if you put $15 in, you can't even turn around good for that son of a bitch click. As soon as you put it in, just click, click.
Gas $4 a gallon. Can't even pump gas like you used to no more. $4 a gallon? You remember when you used to go to pump and put the nozzle in there and hit it? Be sitting there talking, be on your phone, hey, what's happening? Be walking around, cleaning the windshield. Speaking to gay, hey, girl, what's happening? What you doing? Hey, you. Hey, dog, hey, you go in there, bring me a wine cooler. Bring me a cooler, dog. Not no more. Ain't nothing going on at that pump except you and that pump. Your ass is looking at that pump. The entertainer and Bernie Mac was funny.
I know that's right. You know, it stinks in here. What's the smell? What smell? It smell like budussy, booty, dick, and pussy. I'm telling you, it's all up in here. You're so funny. Nothing sick in here. No.
And then you had to go up after them, and you couldn't manipulate it like you wanted to. So you became the host.
And this is actually a very interesting point, because originally Steve was the closer. However, this didn't work for Steve, because once Bernie was done, people were ready to leave the theater. And
people live on this block. You beige motherfucker. Fuck you. Fuck yourself, man. Hate you, young son of a bitch. You don't do shit. You don't vote. Fucking rabbits, all you do is eat shit. Fuck. That's all right. Your mama's a man.
Give me that thing.
I'm not a black comic. I didn't want a black show. I want a show. I make everybody laugh.
Ironically, when Bernie passed in 2008, 2009 rolls around, and lo and behold, Steve Harvey drops a book. And the book is called Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man, which in essence shouldn't have sold in 2009. All of a sudden, all you ever heard about after that point was Steve Harvey. And he was in everything. He got Emmy, he got Academy Awards, he was hosting everything. He had multiple game shows that he hosted. He was in every facet of entertainment. He was there.
You got to remember too that Steve Harvey appealed to insecure
women.
Women,
yes, true.
Yeah, very, very insecure women. He tackled that group and he did it good and they embraced him. He turned them into men haters.
Hey, did you catch how Steve Harvey remixed that Cat Williams joke? I mean, Cat Williams crushed it. That was funny. I almost forgot how funny Bernie Mac was too. You know, I love the Bernie Mac show. Now that's a whole eye opener right there, big time. Like so that's those are definitely my top two, Cat Williams and Bernie Mac. Let me know what you think about that whole situation in the comments, because that's pretty deep.
An ancient, real Stargate, three-dimensional Stargate. It's not something that was recreated by the...
We ought to now take you on a trip.
Great, I'd love to take a trip.
Machine.
Yes.
Before we do that, let's explain how it works.
Okay.
Notice around the room we got 1, 2, 3, 4 speaker boxes. They are connected to vacuum tube amplifiers of my special design. I call it the quantum well design. The quantum physics I deal with is the physics of electrons and light going between the parallel realities. We have 7 parallel realities, which we're one of. This physical reality we can touch.
Oh, you mean like 7 different Earth worlds?
Whatever you want to call it. That's the quantum physics I work with. Now, in that, I went into a very, very deep study of electrons between the conductive state, which is a particle, and the vacuum state, which is a wave. You look at it as the particle is a little ball. And when it gets launched into a vacuum, since there's no atoms to jump from to, it unrolls itself and becomes like a sheet traveling through the vacuum. A massless, thicknessless sheet traveling. This wave aspect of the electron is very special. When you get an electron wave, it literally floats in hyperspace. Now, if you can take the space that the wave is floating in and twist it, spin it, rotate it, you can now create a vortex. That vortex will go through all parallel realities that's contingent to us here. And if you take the age-old pentode vacuum tube and you bias it correctly with the voltages on the element, you can literally take that wave that's in the tube and spin it. And it forms like a vortex, a quantum singularity, a white hole, whatever you want to call it, and connects the signal flow through all 7 realities. Now, how this works, when I was working for my PhD, I learned how to bias the vacuum tubes to maximize this effect. You know, a lot of people are saying today tubes sound better than transistors. I'm sure you've heard that. It's true. Because the vacuum tube actually produces, for want of better words, colloquially, light energies. The light energies is electron and photonic functions going through all 7 parallel realities. That's what light energy really is. And the vacuum tubes will amplify it. Now, how this system works is in some worlds, the information flows from the speaker to the listener. In other parallels, it flows from the listener back to the speaker. It goes into the amplifier, into this quantum well, and it gets all rolled together and spread through all 7 parallel realities, which your mind operates in at least 7 parallel realities. That's the nature of mankind. The soul, the spirit, is the image of us in other parallels. So now we have a function where you can use music to spin your mind into all 7 parallels, and at the same time it crosses the music with your function, produces another function which you will be perfectly resonant with and can go very deep in the meditation. And from that you can then spread out into the other realities consciously. That's what this equipment does. Now, then there's 2 more there on either side of the bed. They're 15-inch subwoofers, but they're run a little bit differently. You see, they're wrapped up in foam and cloth and pillows. That's because there's a board running between the top of the 2 of them. The cones shape the upper board, which is suspended, and that board then couples into the 4x4 that goes across the 2 and shakes the bed. You can actually feel down to 5 hertz on that bed.
So what I will be doing when I'm laying down is I will be literally opening up my space, my consciousness.
If you allow it.
And I will be spreading out into the other 6 places where I exist.
At that point, it's your playpen.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
How long does it take for you to actually feel the effect? Is it instantaneous or a few minutes?
Sometimes.
Okay. What would I experience in any way? Physically, emotionally, mentally? Is there a sense of bliss or?
If you want.
Give it a second. You might need to marinate on some of that. You know, don't try to digest any of that too quickly, because you might just get zapped into a vortex thinking about that too hard. Give it a second. Well, you guys, hey, that's another one in the books. I appreciate you guys for stopping by yet again and watching another one with me on this Saturday flow. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button if you're not already part of the iTrack fam. And I will definitely catch you on the next one.